Record on here. All right, cool. Danielle, how's it going, my friend? How's your day been? How's your weekend looking?
Yeah, good but busy always with the kids. Just running around doing tasks and appointments today. Weekend, just kids' activities, really.
Nice, mate. For those that are watching into the future, just tell us a little bit about yourself quickly. How many kids you got, what you do, where you're from, that kind of jargon.
Yep, I live in Melbourne, just outside in the suburbs, about 6K out of the city. Got two kids. They're both almost 6 and almost 10. Boy and a girl. The eldest is a boy. I work 3 days a week across 4 days, and then try and manage the kids otherwise. Still working at home because of COVID, so I haven't gone back into the office yet. Got a new puppy about 4 weeks ago, so I feel like we've got a third child at the moment, like a little toddler. So it's kept us busy. But yeah, just I guess my journey so far, been up and down with my weight over the years, sort of fluctuating 10 kilos up, down for many, many years. So obviously came to you to try and, I guess, break some, I guess, potentially bad habits and move forward and just, I guess, make sure that, day to day I don't have to think too much about food or exercise. It's just part of my life and my routine.
Yeah, 100%. And we're speaking with you after you've just finished up week 8. So you've just done your week 8 check-in. Obviously, you're heading into week 9 now. If you can kind of cast your mind back to when we originally spoke, it seems like only yesterday, but 8 weeks goes so fast. What were you struggling with the most at that moment 8 weeks ago?
Mostly food. Food has been my, I guess, bit of a demon for me. Self-control is part of that. But also, I guess, just I know a little bit about food and nutrition, but probably not enough to day-to-day make sure that I'm taking in the right nutrients and the right amount of food to fuel myself properly and to feel good.
Yeah.
Training wise, I was already training, but a different type of training. So I was already training 4 to 5 times a week, but a different type of training.
Yeah, super interesting because you're someone that came in that I remember having this conversation. It wasn't an issue with getting motivated to exercise like it is with a lot of our mums. But, we do have also, maybe 20% of our mums come in from that place. They're actually doing the work, they're doing the exercise, but it's not providing the result for them. So I remember specifically to say to you on the phone, like, we're going to have to, take this great enthusiasm you've got for movement and for getting it done and apply that to something that's going to start to get your body working for you instead of against you. And it's going to be a game changer, which is what we've done. And so, let's have a look back at your 8-week check-in. What results were you able to see? What results have you been able to see with us over that 8 weeks?
Yeah, so already at 8 weeks. So I came, I guess, off a little bit of a lower base, so not a huge amount to lose in terms of, I guess, body fat, but definitely toning. So I guess the biggest thing that I've noticed is probably my upper body tone in the last, particularly in the last 4 weeks. So yeah, that was really obvious to me in the 8-week check-in. Obviously, all the measurements and weigh-ins and so forth showed a reduction in all of those, which was fantastic. Probably more than I anticipated. As you know, I'm a bit impatient with results and sometimes a bit of a skeptic and probably my own evil twin. So from that perspective, it was really pleasing to see that I had progressed so far and visually was starting to see the results in the mirror, particularly with upper body tone.
Yeah. And you and I can have a cheeky laugh about this because, but what we can tell people watching is that you set very high standards for yourself. You're very patient and not a criticism. I'm of the same way. That's how I was able to see it quite clearly. And there's been a lot of times where, you didn't feel like this was working for you. You had a lot, like you said, a lot of skepticism. You were a lot of time getting caught up in the way you felt about stuff and not focusing on the facts, right? But both your check-ins have been phenomenal. And actually, it's important to touch on, even though we don't focus on weight too much, we really try not to. You've actually seen some quite good weight loss on the scales, given you didn't have that much to lose, right? What was your weight loss on the 8-week check-in?
6.6 kilos. Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty much like the last 6.6 kilos that you needed to get rid of, pretty much. Obviously, just about strengthening and toning and building that definition now. What about the centimeters? I love numbers. Give me some numbers.
I think it was across the three. I think it was 22, I think, from memory, roughly around there. I didn't anticipate to see. I wasn't sure so much on the numbers because I'm not as familiar with where I guess I should be with that. But with the weight loss, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised in the first 4 weeks because obviously I changed my eating patterns. But in the second 4 weeks, I was surprised to see the same. I reweighed myself 4 times.
Well, we can always guarantee the centimeters, the photos, the dress sizes. We can always guarantee it like clockwork. What we can never guarantee from mums is a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time, because it's just so unpredictable. So I think that's really cool to see, but obviously we don't try and take too much from the weight. But it's just interesting to see, right? So how do you feel now, mate? 8 weeks in, you made these big changes. You're definitely into a really good rhythm now, and you're seeing the physical results as well. So how do you feel?
I'm starting to feel more confident in myself. A lot of people probably think I'm a confident person, but actually I don't believe that I really am. I feel like I'm always putting myself down and talking to myself in a negative way. So, so I think it's just given me a bit more self-confidence, feeling better about myself when I get dressed in the morning, when I'm wearing clothes, a bit more, not just covering up with a big baggy jumper and so forth. Feeling a lot better. In terms of energy-wise, probably a bit more energy, but having the puppy toddler in the house in the last 4 weeks has probably taken that away a little bit. Just generally feeling a lot fitter, a lot better. And obviously we had a hard lockdown of COVID in Melbourne. So being able to come out of that and, go back to the gym and all those sorts of things just mentally has helped my mental health as well, because I was really suffering during COVID, not being able to do the same things that we could and get out of the house. So being stuck in the house still with work, it's been great to get back out, feel confident and get back in the gym as well.
Yeah. I mean, we had that early. You had that 5-day lockdown, I think, early on in your program. Yeah. So we had to go back and forth quite a bit with the training aspects just to make sure that we could get something done, like some proper strength training done, right? But we figured it out, and you did amazingly well through this whole time, to be honest. What had you tried in the past, Danielle, coming into this program? What other stuff had you tried?
Yeah, I guess a lot of shorter things. Like I have done boot camps before. I've done stuff with, Weight Watchers many, many years ago. And then I guess more recently, over the last few years before I started with your program pre-COVID, I was doing like an additional bolt-on at the local gym, which was more, they did have some strength components, but it was more HIIT type, high intensity classes. So more cardio focused than strength. So they had some elements of strength, but mostly cardio based. So I was doing that 4 times a week prior to this, and then just running 1 or 2 times a week. But I also noticed with doing that, there's always quite tired. From a weight loss perspective or toning perspective, it was okay if I was eating well. But I was constantly always tired. So the strength element has definitely helped me, particularly my body and my knees, because I was noticing with my knees that I was been running for many years, so they're a bit rickety, and I'd really lost the strength through my legs doing the high intensity stuff. So focusing more on strength has really helped that. Excuse me. And I've noticed that I'm not getting those little, grinds and pains in my knees so much anymore, which has been great.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear, to get rid of those little niggles. That's phenomenal. We probably took your training quantity in terms of time down, then, I guess. Are you training less?
Same amount. I'm still doing 4 sessions, I guess, of this, but it's probably taking me more only because I'm at the gym and you need to wipe down everything after everything that you do. But generally, I think it would be a lot quicker if I could go from one to the next very quickly.
Nice.
I'm getting it knocked off in under an hour each time, so sometimes quicker.
Nice. So we've kept your training, volume the same in terms of time, pretty much as where you came from. We've just changed quite dramatically in one sense what you're doing, the what and the how, and then dialed in your nutrition, kept you accountable to those new habits and routines, and here we are 8 weeks later with some phenomenal success, mate. And it's all down to your hard work. So I think it's brilliant. What have you enjoyed the most about the program so far, would you say?
Just feeling like it's pushing me so I can actually feel the benefit after, you know, when there's a bit of muscle tiredness. I really like that feeling of knowing that I've actually worked hard, and can obviously see the results now 8 weeks in from that hard work, and just doing things differently. Like everything's obviously free weights, no machines. I really enjoy the strength component, and I also enjoy the conditioning component, because the conditioning component, I guess, still gives that little bit of a cardio kick at the end of the workout, but also pushes you in terms of core, which I've had a pretty weak core, I'd say, until now. So that's been quite challenging for me as well. So just having a different challenge and mixing it up and doing something different and actually feeling the results.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. And lastly, mate, I don't want to keep you too long. What would you say to the mums that are like you were, you know, definitely on the higher skepticism end? Like, they've probably been following us for a while. They know that we're getting results for mums. Like, it's obvious. We've got hundreds of testimonials and loads of these videos, but they've still got that thing in there that's like, well, but it's not going to be for me, or it's not going to work for me. Like, what would you say to those mums?
Just don't think too much about it. Trust the process and the program, and if you follow it, you'll get the success.
Awesome, man.
I think, because I was definitely on the high skepticism chart, but yeah, I was wrong.
Oh man, that's brilliant. This is going to be such a good video. I know a lot of mums are in exactly the same place coming in, dude, and it's understandable. Like, there's a lot of shit out there. Let's face it. So
there is.
I'm so happy to see what you've done so far. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, proud to be a part of it, to be honest. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do over the next 4 weeks. And I'm pumped that this is something you feel like you can stick to, and it's going to work for you longer term this time, and really get you that body and health that you want. So well done so far, mate, and I'm pumped to see what's to come. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for your time, and thanks for putting together the program.
No worries, my friend. Speak to you soon, dude.
Thanks, James.
Bye.